Welcome. Thanks for joining me on a second Fireside Chat. Thanks for all your questions. In November, we're going to have more Commanders calls where you get the opportunity to ask even more questions using Presentain. So I look forward to answering your questions. Today, I'm going to address 5 and also give you an update on one of the issues that I covered last time. So let's go ahead and go to the first question. Yeah, my number one concern as the Wing Commander is executing the mission with the resources that we're given. And I think that you know as better than I in some cases, our resources are stretched pretty thin. But I'll tell you, I can't be prouder and happier of how this wing has responded. And you can see this when we've actually done a unit effectiveness inspection, and we did an amazing job through that process. We've also just had a Squadron Commander Summit, and I'll tell you, our commanders are fantastic and they're ready to lead. The other thing we did too this recently is close out a flying hour program and our fiscal year. And I'll tell you, it was a lot of work to get there, but we did it magnificently. We're also in the middle of Global Thunder right now, and I'll tell you, the wing is doing an amazing job through this. I'll tell you, just to give you a little bit of feedback on how well we've been doing and how busy we've been, in a 4-month period, we actually had 57 days in which all 7 variants were on the road. That's incredible. Something I'm sure no other wing is doing, and not just in ACC, but in the Air Force. We had P2 were actually just returned, that band returned, and P5 is soon to be out. So I'll tell you, we are doing an amazing job out there with the resources given. And it reminds me of a quote that Winston Churchill said, "Gentlemen, we ran out of money, it's time to start thinking." And I'll say today, if he was here, he'd say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've ran out of money, it's time to innovate." That's why I'm so focused on innovate to execute. By the way, that's our vision statement, innovate to execute. Well, first, thank you so much for letting us know. I'm not sure yet about the skipping to a menu, although that sounds like a great idea. We do know that the message right now is too long. It's 2 minutes and 19 seconds, which I think we'd all agree that is just too long. So our mid group, now they're aware of it, is looking at how we can shorten it, and we'll look and see the option of going to skip. I think it's a great idea, and we'll get back to you and see how we finish this out. Yeah, what a great question. I love it. Yes, absolutely. We are looking at a bunch of different ways we can do this. First off is we're setting up an innovation awards program so that we can reward folks that actually come with the great innovative ideas. The second thing we're looking at is we're looking at ways that we can communicate better. One, through anonymous channels. The other one is we're asking through a process called ask.fm. If we can get more feedback from those that are out there. Another thing we're doing too is through commanders calls, is that I'm going to give you all the feedback I can get on examples of innovation across the wing. And I'll tell you, just as a quick example, this last month I went to ACC and I got the opportunity to brief all the wing commanders in ACC on a number of operational innovative ideas that we're working, and it was well received. So thanks so much for that. It is absolutely something that we want to continue to do, and I look forward to hear from you on how do we better communicate with you and tell you all the great innovative ideas that you're doing. Yes, and that's a great question. First, let me start with the hours that exist today. We have hours from 04:30 to 23:30, Monday through Friday, which is a pretty long period. But I think we could do better for our shift workers and those that want to come in on the weekends. So what we're doing is we're actually looking at expanding the hours, and I've asked the Force Support Squadron, can you get approval to do that, and which they actually have. The second part of this, now we got to get the funding. So we're going back to Air Combat Command to ask for additional funding so we can get the equipment. And we're going to do this right now. It looks like we're going to use our Health and Wellness Center, the old Health and Wellness Center, to put in the equipment. So that's the direction we're going. I hope we can turn this very quickly and let you have the opportunity to do your workouts in the evenings. This is a good question. I tell you, Gold Day is going to be different. What we're going to do is we're going to tie Gold Day to our CAF focus. So what I've asked our folks to do is how do we take CAF and get it off of just focusing it on a single day and expanding it so it has a quarter focus. We're calling this CAF 2.0. Part of that too though is I'd like to have units use the time through that quarter, and I'm asking them to look at 8 hours, if they could use 8 hours per person to focus on CAF activities, as well as have one event that they can do as a unit. If they meet the intent and they do all those things that we've asked them to do under CAF point 2.0, then we're going to do 2 days a year in which our CAF day is essentially going to be a day off. And what we're going to do is, here's the way I look at it. I think CAF is more than just about us. I think it's about our families, about our kids, our spouses. So why not just give you the time back so that you can either take care of your errands on a day off, or maybe you can find time to spend with your families. To me, that's all about resiliency too. So yes, we are going to have a similar kind of thing with Gold Days, but it's going to be a little bit different and focused on CAF. So I think it's going to be great. I've got great reviews from ACC and others about how this may look, and I'm very excited about it. So I hope you are too. Great. I want to give you a quick update on a question that was asked about the flags and wearing them on the flight suit. I think it's a great question, and we've been actively looking at this for the last 2 months. Here's what I tell you. First off, the ACC supplement is very specific on what I can and can't do. But I will tell you this. If we do implement wearing the flag, I only have one criteria, which is I want to make this wing wide. Unfortunately, the AFI as written is more of a focus on installation commanders versus wing commanders. So we're working through that. I did find out through this process, though, that our local OI about the wear of uniforms in terms of the flight suit and the tab is something that I want to actually update. The first update we're going to do is a tab that we wear on right here on our pin tabs. Is that right now it's written so it's only once a week. We're going to rescind that. You can wear it all week long, all 7 days a week. The second thing I'm going to do too is that although I'm going to retain the authority to approve the patches that we would wear here for morale patches, I'm going to delegate the tab patch design and approval back down to the squadron commanders, and which is within the regular AFI. I think our squadron commanders know how to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. So more to follow. My intent is to get back an answer here pretty quickly as we continue to work through some of the challenges with the AFI, but we're going to get back right to you. So in conclusion, let me just say this. Thanks so much. Yeah, we've hit some very interesting milestones here. This last year, we're just now celebrating our 25th year of being continuously deployed in the CENTCOM AOR. Since 1991, we've been on the road with the RJ supporting operations downrange. Incredible. The other thing we've just, this upcoming year in 2016, we've got two other unique milestones. The first is we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the wing. And from the time we were the 55th Pursuit Group back in World War II to today, it's just an amazing heritage. The other that I'm equally excited about is that we're also going to celebrate our 50th anniversary of actually moving to the Bellevue, Omaha area. The wing moved here in 1966, and it's going to be a big celebration. For the next 6 months, we're going to have a ball, we're going to have an air show, we're going to do every event that we're going to do is focused on saying thanks to our local community and to you for a great heritage and legacy. So thanks very much. Look forward to seeing you in the next Fireside Chat.